Good evening, everybody. This is the July 31st meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals. My name is Jim Wentz. I'm the chairman of the board. For the purposes of the recording, I'll let the other members identify themselves for the record.
Sure. Tim Ramsey.
Ben Mayne, board member.
Dominic Panicia, board member.
Ron Schneider, board member.
Will Agresta, planning and zoning administrator.
Mr. Ramsey will be sitting for Ms. Keller, who's not here this evening. So I will quickly read the notice of public hearing. In accordance with Connecticut General Statutes 8.7D, the Zoning Board of Appeals will hold a public hearing in Town Hall Council Chambers right here on Tuesday, July 31st, 2008 at 7:30 p.m. concerning the following: ZBA file 2018-3, file 1398, 21 Capitol Avenue, application for area variance, section 3.1.6A, to permit a front yard setback of 35.43 feet in lieu of the required 50 feet. Jennifer Russo Silva, owner. That is our only hearing matter on the agenda. We will, I assume you were all here on behalf of the application.
Yes.
So whoever is representing this matter needs to stand up, identify themselves, and just explain to us what you're proposing to do.
Good evening. My name is Manuel da Silva, the uncle of the owner. I'm here on behalf of Jennifer and Pedro Silva of 21 Capitol Lane. I guess I probably don't need this, but is this going to work?
Yeah, you know what, we have the plan in front of us, and you can just kind of refer to the screen.
Yeah, no problem. So Jennifer and Pedro recently got married. They moved into town 2 years ago, and they're looking to start a family. So they need additional space. So what we're attempting to do is build approximately 26-foot by 28-foot addition, which is going to house a two-car garage underneath on the lower basement level, and a master bedroom suite above, at the same time enlarging one of the other bedrooms as part of the project. And what we're seeking is the front yard variance in order to waive the 50-foot setback, which is the requirement, to the proposed 35 feet setback along that Capitol Lane side. So this project clearly has a case of unnecessary hardship because this particular property is unfairly burdened by the current zoning rules. This property has a uniquely long lot shape for a corner lot. The existing house, as it currently sits on the property, is already pre-existing, non-conforming, as it sits closer than the 50 feet that is required. Furthermore, the existing septic system is located such that the septic reserve area can only be located in one area on the property, on the northwest side along the East Maiden Street line. So all of these attributes create an unreasonable burden in trying to locate the addition without the need of any such variance. So here we are, and as you can see from the architectural drawings, the floor plans and the 3D views, we're merely taking an existing small ranch and adding a small mass at the end to house the two-car garage and the bedroom, master bedroom suite, because currently the house is two-bedroom, and we need the additional bedroom for their space needs as they're trying to start a family. So I think we're not overbuilding or asking for something, extreme or outrageous. We're adding a modest addition that is conforming to the style, to the scale of the existing homes in the area. We're not overburdening the neighborhood with something that is unreasonable or out of character. So, in conclusion, I think that we have a strong case here of hardship. We have the property shape, we have the pre-existing condition of the house location, we have the pre-existing condition of the septic location, the septic reserve area, and the fact that it's a corner lot and there's two fronts makes it all that more difficult to deal with. So all of these things add up to great difficulties particular to this property alone, in this case, that makes it challenging to locate the addition anywhere, really, without either being non-conforming with the septic system, because we need to be 25 feet from it. We even attempted to put the reserve area close to the pool, but then we need 25 feet from that. And in working with Rich Jackson, the health inspector, there was no other place that we could place this, so here we are. So, I'm hoping that you look favorably upon this application, because, you know, truly by granting this variance, it will not diminish or impair any of the property values within the neighborhood. In fact, I think it's going to be of great help in enhancing the neighborhood property values and character as a whole. I think we came up with a scheme that is in keeping with the neighborhood. Has a nice character and architectural style that, you know, doesn't look out of place. So, hoping that you guys can help us out as this young family is trying to better their situation and their property.
Thank you. I have one question and a potential follow-up question. Does the applicant live there presently, or are they prospective purchasers?
No, they've been there for 2 years,
Okay.
but they're looking to start a family now.
Okay. And I know that I saw the certified mailings were handed in.
Yes.
Have they discussed or shared the plan with any of their abutting neighbors?
Have you talked to any of the neighbors?
None of the neighbors really are that close to us to where we see them
Okay.
frequently, so.
But they've been mailed notice.
But
in
no,
any
we
event.
mailed everybody, and I gave them a list of the property owners, and they all, believe it or not, I'm used to dealing in Bridgeport, and nobody signs. They signed, and I got the return receipt.
I think what he asked was, you don't know of any neighbor?
I don't
that's
know
in
of any
opposition?
neighbor that's against this, or for it, for that matter, but.
But they've been made aware through the certified
Yes.
mail. Anybody else have any questions?
The existing driveway,
Yes.
is that just same driveway?
It's the same driveway, except as part of the engineering standards for Monroe, we need to do the turnaround. That's gonna be additional pavement.
The dash lines is the existing driveway, so the driveway will widen out a little bit here and then get the turnaround
But they
here.
don't want us backing out all the way to the street anymore, so that's the reason for the wider and turnaround.
So, my question on the septic, you're taking the existing number one septic now with the leaching field and relocating it?
No, as part of this process, we have to do what's called a B100 survey, where we
Okay.
deal with the health department. And anytime you take away footprint from the land, you have to make sure that if the existing system fails one day, you have another area that has been tested and that can be the replacement area for the existing septic system. The plan is not to change the septic system at the moment, but anytime you
It's an
add.
engineer proposal for future.
For future, correct. Because we can't, take land away from potential septic or other improvements without having it thought through.
And the existing one has enough capacity to take in the new story addition.
Yeah, the house, I guess, in the field card, it was a 3-bedroom house, but the way that, as you can see the floor plan, I think at one point where we have that sitting/bar area, it might have been a bedroom at one point, but they don't use it that way because it's in the living area. And so it's still a 3-bedroom house, but we're using that space as something different than probably it was at one point.
Okay, thank you.
By the kitchen area, that room where the bar is, I think at one point that, probably was an elderly person that, they could have easy access to the outside from that door. But the way, when they bought the house, it was already being used as a public type of, area, for parties or whatever. The bathroom and the pool, so.
So if I understand your answer to that, the system is sized for a 3-bedroom house, and it will be a
Remain
3-bedroom
as
house at the end of the day.
Yes.
And the
Otherwise,
existing,
they
and the existing garage is going to be converted to
Party room or
recaptured space on the
Yeah.
lower level there.
Yeah.
Any other questions from anyone?
1,000 gallons is the requirement for 3 bedrooms, or is it less?
Yes.
It is?
Yeah, Rich Jackson has gone over the plans with me, and I think he might have written a letter for the commission, I'm not sure.
I'm not aware of that.
I don't see it in the record, but that would obviously have to be signed off on
Yeah,
before
it's
they
got
could
to be
proceed
signed
with the
off
building
during
permit
the
in any
normal
case.
permit process, if we get approved, hopefully.
Okay. Anything else? Thank you. I think I know the answer to this question, but I have to ask anyway. Is there anyone else here that wishes to be heard on this matter?
I'll just say a few words.
Sure, can you just come on up and identify yourself for the record?
Thank you. Hi, my name is Jennifer Silva. My husband Pedro and I are the owners of the house. Thank you for having us here tonight. As our uncle mentioned, you know, we've lived in 21 Capitol Lane for the past 2 years, and we've been married for 2 years. We're looking to make 21 Capitol our forever home, but it's just a little too small for, you know, if we want to grow our family. I'm also a teacher in town. I just was teaching in another town for 5 years, but we love Monroe so much that we really just want to be here for, you know, the long haul. And we just wanted to thank you again for considering this, and we hope that you'll work in our favor. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Seeing none, we will close the public hearing. Thank you. Going back to the regular agenda. We're going to skip the organizational meeting since we don't have everybody here. I'm going to go out of order here, just since we're here. We'll just discuss the matter that we just heard. Anybody have any issues, questions, comments? Want to make a motion one way or the other on this particular application?
I don't.
I'll make a motion to accept the applicant request.
Okay, that's a motion
second.
to approve by Mr. Panuccia, seconded by Mr. Schneider. Any comments or questions on that motion before we vote?
Can you articulate a little bit more for me? You have to define
What-
the hardship.
What are you relying on in your motion as to, do you agree with the description made that the fact that there's 2 front yard setbacks and the narrowness of the lot creates a
He meets,
hardship?
he meets the requirements, he meets the hardship. The variance that he's requesting are within our jurisdiction.
Okay. I agree with the discussion that the fact that this is a corner lot puts 2 street line setbacks, 2 50-foot setbacks here, and that's kind of typically on a corner lot, they'd create more space for that. And it's not, I don't think it's out of character with the neighborhood. I agree with that it's not excessive. I think it's going to enhance the neighborhood, having, you know, driven through the neighborhood. I don't think it's going to be out of character at all, and I think the fact that they're the septic location and the fact that there's 2 street line setbacks is justification for what they're proposing in my view.
And they provided us with ample for additional, in case the septic has to be amplified.
Right.
Anybody else? Agree, disagree, with any comments before we vote?
I agree with the analysis that you both presented.
Okay. All those in favor of the motion to approve, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? It is approved unanimously. Good luck.
Great.
Next, we have minutes from last meeting. I'm just seeing who was here. Dom, you were here. Ron, you were here. Tim, you were here. So there's 4 of us that could vote on those minutes. So have you had a chance to look at the minutes from the packet? It was from a while ago, it was from April. It was in your packet. I don't know if you've had a chance. Yeah,
That was not, I was absent.
correct. We had one application for it was a frontage variance up on Barn Hill Road. Remember, they, instead of extending the cul-de-sac, they had to I've got a copy of the minutes if you
Yeah, no,
want.
I read it.
Okay.
I'll approve the minutes as read.
Okay.
Make a
Yes,
motion.
motion to approve by Mr. Panitia. Is there a second to that motion?
Second?
Seconded by Mr. Ramsey. All those in favor of approving the minutes, say aye. Aye. There-
One abstention.
Right.
Got it.
So we're good. Any other, anything upcoming, anything new that we need to discuss, Will?
Nothing new?
I see the new, there's a new project on 111 that made a splash in the paper on Thursday.
Hmm.
They got another hearing upcoming for that, for TPZ?
It already had the opening, for the 205 meeting,
Yeah, the one,
the shopping center.
yeah.
Yeah, they were on the last meeting, and it's continuing. There's actually several things going on.
Yeah.
There's that, there's, coming up, the next meeting is, where the Walmart was gonna be,
Yeah.
is a manufacturing plant for, it's an outfit that takes recycled glass, they pulverize it and turn it into a powdery substance, which is a additive to concrete in lieu of fly ash. So they hope to be the model for the country for that. That's coming up. I don't know if you're familiar with the gun range down at the bottom of 25 across from Victoria Drive. They're in for expanding their lane length. What else is going on? There's also on Pepper Street a project for a paving company that wants to build a plant that'll take the old pavement, put it through a series of crushers and processing and bring it back down to aggregates and stuff, and then resell it. That's for a vacant property right on Pepper, I mean, there's a house on it, but a relatively vacant property. As you know, Karuba is almost done. That's the big office building on Pepper Street. It's being built. That's a fragrance and a flavoring company. They do additives to drinks and perfumes and candles and things like that.
A lot of irons in the fire.
Yeah, there's a few others too. Like,
Who's the developer doing the small shopping center at 111?
I don't know who, it's a bunch of people that own it. I know Ray Rizzio is part of it, Lou Regina is part of it. In the shopping center, one of the pieces will be a Noble, is supposed to be a Noble gas station. I don't know if you know the brand Noble, it's a brand, kind of newer brand. There's one up in Danbury that I know of. The other pad is for they don't have a tenant, at least they haven't disclosed a tenant, for a restaurant, standalone sit-down restaurant. It will probably be a chain of sorts, I assume. Then in the back, they have like a building with like 13 spaces for bank and retail, your typical retail strip, and another building behind that for a multi-tenant medical office building. I don't think they have tenants. They have interests, I hear, but not necessarily tenants.
Finally coming down the home stretch on this roundabout out here.
Oh, yeah, the roundabout is almost done.
No, the obelisk is complete there. Yeah, the medallions look good. So it looked weird standing there with nothing on it.
Yeah.
But now that it's capped off, it looks
Yeah.
pretty interesting.
And I think when they do the landscaping
Yeah.
later this month, it'll look even nicer.
What's going to be in that circle between the brick, between the area where a truck can pass and the?
There'll be some landscaping by the
I mean, it's
center.
like a little maintenance stuff. That nothing needs to be mowed. Is there?
Oh, no, nothing you mowed. That's the next thing we have to deal with, because the maintenance is responsibility of the town.
Yeah. So those islands that are either end are going to be stone or the?
No, they're going to be more of the stamped concrete,
Okay.
and there's the two colors. The red, I think, is where the truck
Yep.
is, and it's a whiter, and the pattern's a little smaller, I think,
Okay.
more like a cobble. And then, as you go up a bit, there'll be areas where there'll be some trees planted, and where the trees are planted, it's like a popcorn textured material that, I don't know what it's made of. It's not concrete, it's not asphalt, but it breathes and it can move with the tree growth. So as the tree widens out, it will widen out. Plus it lets the water go down
So
into
some
it.
sort of, like almost a permeable
Yeah,
pavement.
some kind of, yeah, I
It
think, but it's
stretches.
sort of soft a little,
Yeah,
that's,
yeah.
So we'll see how that holds up with not getting weeds, but.
Right, yeah, that's what I'm concerned about, is,
And there's gonna be some decorative lights, around the outer circle, in addition to the lights that are already there,
Yeah.
the overhead lights. And there will be lights projected up on the tower as well.
So it won't be a dark area.
No, it won't be done.
I'm of the belief those things really work. I mean, they were in existence even before traffic
Oh.
light came.
no, yeah, I'm a huge advocate of
Yeah,
roundabouts, we don't have enough of them.
right.
Even though it's been kind of with the people learning it and not being finished, so it's not as easy to get through it, because it's cones
Yeah,
here and there. The DOT has already experienced that it's better than it was.
I go through there all the time, and I haven't witnessed too many, I mean, when it was kind of half-finished, people were kind of confused,
Yeah,
but now that it's
Yeah.
almost
Yeah,
done,
now it's
people
almost
seem
done.
to be navigating through it
Yeah.
pretty smoothly.
Right.
The road was pretty beat up, so they were going slow.
Yeah, yeah.
Semis are gonna run over that center all
They're
the
supposed
time.
to.
Well, yes,
They're meant
it's
to.
designed.
It's done for
That's
Is
what
it
it's
gonna be
for.
clean? 'Cause that's gonna get black, you know.
Yeah, it already is, if you look at,
Yeah, it has.
I mean, again,
It's
it
part
comes
of the
down to.
flavor.
Yeah.
Why is this so narrow? Why did they make it so narrow?
It's not narrow, it's designed for the pavement is for the cars. The inner pavement is to allow the trucks to go through. They're meant to go up on the pavement. So they didn't want, if they made it wider, then the cars would be all over the place. As you go around the roundabout, you wouldn't have good flow from the cars, because they would, be too much. And you'll see, once it's all done, it'll be a lot different, because it works, you just put one little thing in the way, and that can mess up the whole
Yeah,
thing. So,
Yeah, there's been, there's still guys out there,
Yeah.
or a police car or something typically
Right.
through there. I haven't seen, so I haven't been through it at night since the tower's been done, so there's lights on that tower.
There will be, they'll be shining up.
Okay, cool,
Yeah.
interesting.
And they're doing the sidewalk all the way up?
That's an interesting thing. Original plan took the sidewalk up to the church, and at the end, there was some money, and the town had proposed to carry it further up, all the way up to Town Hall, in front of the lodge, and in front of Town Hall, and then down towards Town Hall, on the upper side, upper thing. The town went to the historical commission under the belief that they had some jurisdiction. They didn't like the sidewalk, so the sidewalk is going up to the beginning of the lodge. There will be a gap to the town hall, and it will be perpendicular down to the town hall, so there's gonna be a gap.
Well, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it did. We wanted it to go all the way up, because people use the green, and. we
Right,
wanted it
especially
to
with
go
the
up.
festivals and whatnot, people are always walking on there, when there's craft fairs and whatnot on the green.
And Historical is against that?
Yes. That's why there's a gap.
Short-sighted.
That's why there's a gap.
Oh, well.
You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him think, right?
Right.
The other thing that we're starting to do is, we haven't put it out yet, but, we're under legal review of a draft of the RFP for the POCD. So hopefully, by fall, we'll be interviewing.
You got money set aside for that?
The town has been putting money aside. I don't think they put any in last budget, but they have for the last few years been putting money in. I don't exactly know how much.
I didn't hear the last word. What was that, PFR?
The POC, the Plan of Conservation Development.
Yeah,
to review.
so I mean, that's something that you all should get involved in when they start having, we have meetings and stuff. So.
Thanks for the update.
Yep.
All right, gentlemen, thanks.
Very good.
Thanks for being here on a off night,
Yes.
taking care of business. We have no applications in the hopper for us for,
Nothing.
for
September.
September. Okay. All right.
Good night.